that's so dope.
Isn't that
Tails
cool?
over cocktails.
Oh, where'd you get that from? I want one.
Oh, don't you?
We have
Listen,
a source.
You
Look
can
at the other
find it.
side.
No, you can find it on our merch page.
Well, I-
On our merch page.
Cocktails. Oh my God. I want to run up and down the street and do cartwheels.
My liquor pick of the week.
Liquor? I don't even know.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
So good. Damn it, Wendy.
Get rid of my hairy balls.
When are we hanging out?
People accuse me for having a set of balls on me.
It almost tastes like a spiked coffee.
Yeah, it's delicious, right?
I feel like I'm watching a drama unfold.
I didn't get my balls lasered off.
Oh, I'm gonna gag. I have to contain my crazy a little bit.
Tails over cocktails.
Tails over cocktails. So let's get it on.
You're listening to Tales Over Cocktails.
Where am I? Tails over cocktails. Love it. Cocktails.
As Mario's talking over our entire intro, not realizing
Okay,
it's
so
our
play it
intro.
again.
Yeah, thanks. I was nice. Somebody told me that's what was happening.
He loved it. I think he loved it.
I think it was great. I just didn't know that was the intro.
Wait, why?
So,
Oh, there you are. You like totally took yourself off.
Guys, look, I'm double fisting.
OMG.
Oh, what are you, okay, wait, what are you drinking today?
Okay, I'm gonna get into the second one in a little bit, but first I'm back to my regular wine because last week I was almost a little bit too drunk to edit. And I had a listener call me out for like slurring my speech at the end of the episode. So we're gonna make sure that does not happen.
Oh my
No
God.
way!
And-
Did you wait? You pulled a Ryan Seacrest?
Oh no, that's really dark. But
oh, he was drunk on air? I didn't
I
know.
don't know. I think it was. I don't
I
know.
think it's because he's tired. I mean,
Guy works like
Listen,
6-7 days a week.
Broadcasting from home for well, I mean, can you imagine live TV? That's got to be a challenge.
yeah.
You know,
that's
who
true.
knows what he was hearing in his, in his ear, and I don't know. I don't know what happened, but his rep says he's fine. So
Of course
I'm
they
very
do. Of
really
course they
fine
say
with
that.
that.
Imagine you pay
fine.
somebody to protect your rep and they say, no, he's not fine. He's drunk on air. Like, you're fired.
I don't know. Well, people were concerned about his health.
He's doing. Actually, you know what? You want to hear a funny story? So I
Wait,
used to be a bouncer.
before we hear your story, we have to introduce who you
Yeah,
are.
who are you?
We haven't even told anyone who you are yet.
I'm like the fourth member of the cocktail crew.
Wait, Wes, you look completely different today.
No, Wes
Wes?
turned Spanish.
Boom, ya tú sabes. Hello, my name is Wes. They call me Oeste.
That's it. Wes is fired. Mario's hired.
Oh, shit. Just like that. Oh, that's, if that can happen to him, it can happen to me. Don't
Just
fight.
kidding. Just kidding. So anyway,
Yeah.
let's do the honors. We'll welcome Mr. Mario.
Yes.
Mario.
He's always doing it with a purpose, with a smile.
Doing it with a purpose and smile, ya tú sabes.
Yes.
Basically, Danielle and I have known him for a really long time. Wendy, it's like your first time meeting him, right?
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, what's up?
I feel like I've known you forever, and it's
I'm
only been
telling
about
you.
5 minutes.
I mean,
Well-
you and those gold chains, baby. We go back to the 90s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's always about the
listen.
gold.
He is a
Yeah.
personality within himself, but the good thing about him is that everybody who's watching right now, I mean, listening too, but if you're watching, watch this face because you're going to see him on national TV starting tomorrow.
That's right.
He is
On
going
Fox
to be
TV.
doing, let them know what TV show you're going to be on.
It's gonna be called. It already is called. But it's Labor of Love, and it's all about late 30s to early 40s people who are single, want to have a family but don't have one, and they're trying to make babies.
Right up my alley.
Wow, it sounds like a show that Astro just pitched a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was
A little
listening to the
different.
episode. I think her idea was amazing. I still need to call my MD friend to find out if that's even possible. But if it is, girl, you need to go do that show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She
Cheers to
definitely
that.
does.
We usually kick off the show with a cheers, so I
Cheers,
hope
let's
everyone
do it.
has a
Got the solo
beverage.
cup. Here we go.
All right.
College days.
Here's to Tales Over Cocktails and to having you on as our guest.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Toma. Thank you for
Yes,
having me.
I am drinking a blue pina colada.
Wow.
Wow.
What
I'm
makes it
drinking.
blue?
The blue curacao.
I knew it.
Ooh.
Yep.
I'm drinking a drink called Hot Sex.
I say it looks like coquito. It's like the Spanish drink
Yeah.
that
How
they
does
usually
it
have
taste?
during the holidays.
Astro knows
Tastes like
coquito.
coquito.
It looks like it.
I
Yeah,
love
you want to know what's
coquito.
in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's 5 times distilled vodka, real dairy cream, ginseng, natural chocolate,
Oh, it's healthy for you.
plus a touch of syrup.
I mean, it sounds delicious, except for the natural dairy, which would definitely give me the shits. But
Oh
how's
yeah.
it taste?
It
Sorry.
tastes good.
Tell us how you really feel. Holy smokes.
Listen, we do not hold back here.
No, this is what we do.
We don't hold back.
No, I can tell. She might go right now.
So listen,
I
listen,
might. I do
Mario,
have a dairy beverage.
you got to let your hair down.
Yes, some of them my hair down to my pants off. It's gonna be great. Hey, this is awesome. The last time I was hanging out with two women and had a drink in my hand. Whoa, that was awesome. Was probably in college.
I'm pretty sure they were in front of you. Now, all you got is the digital version.
Yeah.
So what's behind you? What is that background?
Beggars can't be choosers. I'll take what I can get in the quarantine, if you know what I mean. That behind me, Wild Wendy, is the 5-minute fiesta. Right, that's what I've been doing around the world. So it's a short form party. So basically, we just go crazy for 5 minutes instead of having to go like to a wedding and go to a 5-hour party, cocktail for hours. 5 minutes, change your body, move your body, change how you feel, have an awesome life. 5-minute fiesta. You have to say.
Wow, I wish most social functions were 5 minutes. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, right?
Usually I'm like looking for the door as soon as I arrive.
Seriously,
yeah,
in and out.
Story.
Notorious for her Irish exit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I
is.
mean, but do you ever like just have enough? Do you ever get to a party and you're just like, oh, like you're excited to be there, but then after an hour you're like, okay, like
yeah,
that's it.
Sometimes I feel like that. I'm just like, ugh, I just want
like at a wedding, or I mean, not that I hate saying that because now everybody who's gotten married.
Now you're not getting an invite to anyone's wedding.
Do not ask me to be a bridesmaid. I swear to God.
That's it. You're gonna be a bridesmaid for me.
Oh no!
You're gonna be my flower girl.
No.
Hey Wendy, why don't we get married and then the girls have to show up?
I want no responsibilities at all. I want to show up, say hi to all the important people, and then find a back door to leave out of.
Yeah, what are you gonna do at your own wedding, Wendy?
Exactly. You'll have no responsibilities. It'll be a 5-minute fiesta.
Oh my God, that's what I'm saying. I think that's a genius idea.
It'll be a 5-minute wild fiesta.
Danielle said it. Mira, Danielle, how did your I saw that you were doing some competition for like the best New York accent.
Oh yeah, you saw that? Oh
I
my
saw
God.
that.
Yeah, I want to know how that's going. Did you hear anything back?
She's doing great.
I got over 11,000 views on my video. It's crazy.
Nice.
But I didn't win nothing. So
You didn't win nothing?
Vafangul.
Oh, did they pick a winner?
Oh yeah, some freaking guy. I don't know his name.
Oh, I saw that. I was like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that is bullshit.
Yeah, you want to hear something funnier? Some
Yes.
girl messages me the other day and asks me, "Oh, my friend Joey loves your accent. He saw you on New York Nico's Instagram page. Can you send him a birthday shout out?" I was like, "Who, me?" I was like, well, "Are you talking to the right woman? Or are you talking about that one funny mommy? Ever see her?"
Oh, the nanny?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I got to send you her. She is hysterical.
I
She sounds
thought you were talking
like
about Fran
me.
Drescher.
She sounds kind of like me, but she's a little bit more like dramatic with her facial expressions.
More dramatic than you? I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
right? Is that possible? Jeez.
Yes.
Getting more ideas for our merch store.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a few ideas that we could do, like a little bit of t-shirts.
Yes,
little-
get one with
Say,
Danielle.
no
Says, I
hairy
got your
balls.
accent right here.
Look, we could even have little hats.
Oh my gosh.
You look like a
You
nurse.
look like it's like a little
You look
schmata over your head.
Amish.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. That's what it looks like, Ash.
Yeah.
So Mario,
not
I
even
want
drunk.
to hear all about like how this process went for you with this show. I mean, I know you've always been in show business per se.
Right.
Like I used to go to LA and Mario and I used to hang out in LA.
That's right,
He
back in
was
the day.
doing some TV stuff, modeling. I mean, this
Mhm.
guy's freaking hot. Let me
That's
tell you.
Oh,
crazy.
thank you. Far too kind. You want to see? I actually know what I have something on my desk here that somebody was like, "Yo, I can't believe you did this." If you're a gamer, if you're not a gamer, you can give two shits. But if you play
Tell me
video
more.
games, tell you more. So back in the day, there was around the time that Danielle showed up to LA. I became the face of this game right here. It's called Just Cause.
Oh,
Look,
I
my
never
little-
heard of that game, but that's definitely you.
That's me. Now look.
Can you do that? Yes,
Look at that.
yes.
Bam.
Wow.
That's
So that's
it.
one of my coolest modeling jobs ever. It won Best Action Game at the E3 conference. If you know anything about gaming, that's the biggest conference out there, and it won Best Action
Now,
Game.
do you ever show up to those gaming conferences and and just like make the face to see if anybody recognizes you?
I was supposed to. The character's name is Rico, right? And there was supposed to be this big tour. The guy hyped me up. Rico! And it didn't happen. No, so to answer the question, no, I didn't, but I would have loved to have done it. And by the way, I didn't get to tell you what I had in my glass. It's a little bit, some of what Danielle had. She's got 5 times vodka. I got 1 time vodka here. So I'm 1/5 of what Danielle is.
Good
Okay.
grief.
Chin chin.
Wait, do you have just vodka on the rocks?
I don't play any damn games. I'm hanging out with 3 chicks talking about tales about cocktails. We got to get this party
Oh,
started.
you don't mess around.
Holla.
I'll if you hear me.
Wow.
All right.
So wait,
Let's
so
go.
getting into the show.
Yeah, I want to
Lady
know, how
Love-
did you get casted for this show? And like, what can you tell us? Because I know that usually they keep things like,
Yeah, well, I can't say anything about the show. It's coming out tomorrow. You'll see. Hopefully, you guys will like that first episode. The contest is absolutely bananas. I've never played this contest. I've never seen this kind of contest, and I was a little embarrassed actually doing the contest. If you know what I mean. So just watch it and you'll get it.
Well, wait,
As far
going into the premise of it, did you know what it was about?
They told me that they were looking for men, I guess of a certain age, who wanted to start a family. Right? And I was like, oh, awesome, that's me, you know. And I was like, yeah, I hadn't worked on television in a while, and because I was building a business, and I had gotten to the point where like, hey, I'm ready to go back on TV. So it was perfect timing. To answer your question, how did it happen? It really was simple. What they say is it casting networks, right? There goes a plug for them. They even raised the price, those guys. Anyway.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think they raised it $1. Imagine if they have 10 million
I'm
viewers.
about to cancel, FYI. But
You know, I mean, I did get the show off of it, so I can't hate too much.
good. So tell us about this. So you got on the casting networks, which P.S. I wonder if they were looking on casting networks for the girl for the show, because I would love to have done
you,
that.
Danielle, I didn't know you
think
did
they were.
casting networks too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Everybody I know.
Yeah, well, you know, but I would have cracked up to see Danielle. Danielle on anything cracks me up.
Me too.
And then she comes walking out, I want a baby and a husband.
Give me both, or just one.
God.
Just one for some fun, if you know what I mean.
Wiggle
So
it.
what was the interview process
Yeah.
like for that? Like, I'm sure they had a bunch of people
It
like
was-
lined up for this.
It was crazy. Yeah, it took them. They told me that they've been casting for a year, and I know I was the last guy to get casted because they were like, "Yeah,
Wow.
we're shooting like next week. This is like you're the last guy," and they were like, "We always need you to say yes right now." So I put the audition in there. The easiest part was applying, but then all this paperwork and all this background. I don't know if any of you have done reality TV show, but if you've ever done a reality TV show that has anything to do with like close like dating, I've done a couple of them. Man, you know you're clean. Anybody on those
I was going to say
shows-
the people on The Bachelor, I read that they
Hey.
give them all the STD tests and stuff.
Every test. Yeah, Wendy Wild. There's nothing that this guy's been tested for. So I'm like, I'm okay, thank God, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Good to know.
That is
What I'm
good.
saying. Put that on
So
my resume.
Astra's like, note to self, date reality star. And the funny thing is they all usually, at least with Bachelor Nation, they all like
sleep
date each
together.
other.
Yeah.
And they probably all do that because they know each other are clean.
It's true.
Just saying.
It's true. You're right.
Very incestuous.
You're right, Miss Wendy Wild. Wow, Wendy. Either way. And
So
it cracks me up.
so when you did the audition, was it a self-tape audition or was it an in-person audition?
It was something actually like this. You know, we weren't, Zoom wasn't so popular back then, but we jumped on
Like you
WhatsApp.
Skyped or whatever, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's Skype. No, I think we did do Skype. It was Skype.
Okay.
And I just shot the shit with like, and I knew it was going well because like, hold on 1 second. Every time I got one casting director, they're like, hold on 1 second, I got to get somebody else. So that's how I knew it was going well. And they were just fast tracking me.
Damn, he's Mr. Busy
Whoa.
over here.
Yeah, I know. He's
I
he's
know.
moving up the chain.
Yeah, right? Jeez. For somebody.
Good job.
Are we sure you're clean? Because you seem to be real busy.
Oh my.
wait, it's been
I
quarantine.
know you said you
There's
know
nothing
each
going
other
on.
from college.
Yeah,
So-
Mario and I went to college together.
Were you guys like all in the same class?
He was one of the first
Same class.
friends I had in college.
Aww.
I was?
Did you guys
I-
share
I do
notes?
not know him from college.
Oh, okay.
So, Mario, I
Met you
met.
on the scene, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
we
back in
met
the day, I used to work with KTU, and I saw Astra at an event, and she's like, "Listen, I got my shit together. I've been on WBLI. I've been on this. I've been on that. I see you with KTU," and I was like, "Damn, okay, girl." I mean,
Wait, so when were you at
I was
KTU?
like, "Just
'Cause
come
I,
out to me
He was
for a
actually
t-shirt."
there before you, Wendy. He was there.
so I started in 2006.
I was there
So
before you. Huh? I was there in 2001.
2001, right? Or something
Wow.
2000 and 2001.
Yeah.
No, that's the way I got that job. Holy smokes. Awesome story. I wasn't going for it at all. Like, as a matter of fact, I was getting water for myself, and there was this older gentleman behind me. So I gave him my water and I was like, hey, here, you can have it. It was a hot day in the summertime. And he just looks at me. He's like, hey, what are you doing? It was a job fair. I was there hanging out with a friend. I wasn't looking for jobs, but I was like, what are you doing here? I was like, yeah, I'm helping my buddy. Long story short, the guy turned out to be the executive vice president of sales. And he offers me, like, I go to his office. I was so naive. Like, I didn't realize that this man was the man. He had an assistant. He had a big-ass corner office, right?
Wow.
I just didn't realize it. I was just so, like, I was in my own world. So I walk in there super confident, just graduated from Hofstra, and I'm meeting this guy named Scott. And that's literally what I said. I was like, yeah, I'm here to see Scott. And they were like, who is this guy? Like, I don't know. Scott was nice to me. We got along on a friendly basis. Turns out he's the man. And he's like, I love you. I want to offer you a job. I was like, doing what? I look around his office, like, kind of qualify his job,
Isn't it funny? Like, you just never know. And that's why it's important to be nice to everyone.
You don't know.
Yeah.
But the story ends like this, Wendy Wild. He offers me this job.
I like when you say my name, like the whole thing.
Oh, it says it right there. And I like it. It rolls right off the tongue. Okay. So he offered me this job. I was like 22 years old. I could have made so much money because he showed me what other people making. Like, she pointed to this big ass KTU check that one of the salespeople got, and I was like, yeah, it looks nice. And he's like, I'd love to offer you a job. And I was like, does that job work with the people? Like, just like what I'm saying to you right now is what I said to him. I go, does that job work with the people? He's like, no, you sit in one of the cubicles over there. You do sales. I was like, no. I was like, I need to work with the people. He's like, what? And he's like, that doesn't, like, it's an entry level job because it doesn't pay a lot, right? I was like, I'm not worried about the money, man. I was like, I need to be with people. I can get people going. Hence the 5-minute fiesta, right? But I took the job, no lie. The check that he showed me had said 60 grand in like bonus. Like, I remember it clear as day. The job I took paid me $6.50 an hour. The older Mario looks back at the younger Mario. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
But that's part of your journey. And, look at you now.
Look at me now. I'm hanging out with 3 chicks drinking cocktails in a 5-minute fiesta.
You know what? It's funny.
Married.
It's funny because I met him out of the club when he was working promotions for KTU, but then we got reacquainted through Bill Plax, who happens
great guy.
to be my heart.
Yeah.
Because Bill was DJing my mom's. My mom used to own an adoption agency, so she used to have, yearly get-togethers with all of the families that she's pleased. So Mario used to be our MC for the party.
Right,
Wow.
that's right.
Pretty much how I know him, which is
Mario,
like super
I
crazy.
love your energy.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Wendy Wild.
He is so much fun. Like, honestly, he knows how to get a party going.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Remember?
How do you get introverts going? Because, introverts like to out the door.
Behind the scenes.
Well, remember, wait, what were we going to say, Danielle? Remember what? Because
No,
Danielle's got good
so
stories.
before I had Mario and his entire family out on the Puerto Rican Day parade float.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that. That was awesome.
Remember that?
Yeah. So
Years ago.
Yeah, I know. You know what, Danielle? You. I don't know if you do work with you work with promotion department, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. Don't worry about paying me. I feel like I'm like the 22 I'm married again. Don't worry about paying me. But things have changed. Like, now I have the money, so I'm not. It's like I was 22. I wasn't making any money. And I said no to money. Now I'm a little bit older. I'm cool with the cash.
I think he wants to get back into promotions.
100%. Put me in front of the Wawa. One of the best events I ever done in my life was in a Wawa, New Jersey. And I'm going to answer your question right now, Miss Wow Wendy. This is how you get introverts. This is how you get introverts to go crazy. Okay? I'm at this Wawa, right? And it's got to be like, it was the morning show. Diane Pryor. That's the woman, Diane Pryor.
She was my predecessor.
Did she retire or is she still around?
I believe I don't think she's doing radio anymore. But
I remember Diane Pryor.
Yeah, she's such a nice
voice.
lady and beautiful voice.
Sweet. If she ever I hope she watches your show, because one of you girls are ridiculously entertaining and totally beautiful, and so was she. This woman, the world doesn't know this because she waited to go off air, right? And I was making like some mistakes, and she goes, "Listen, Mario, I same thing that you said, Wendy. I love your energy. Practice this, do that, right?" And then she's like, "We'll do it again." Like, would totally like hook me up. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Wow.
And
So
she was just a believer.
awesome.
Yeah, she was great. I mean, if I ever saw, I would say thank you because she was patient and she didn't like try to throw me into the bus. But like, yeah, let's let him screw up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm at this Wawa, and how do you get introverts excited? You literally like, I looked them in the eye, like, why is this guy staring at me, right? I just looked at them, and I was like, this is going to be amazing. They have no clue. Like, what are you talking about? I go, this is going to be amazing. Like, right now, you're about to have the most amazing experience. I go, how? Like, what do you mean? And I built it up and just made it real simple. I was like, I'm going to give you a free t-shirt.
I was going to say it has something to do with the t-shirt. People love t-shirts.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
She
they
nailed
do.
it.
They're always asked for t-shirts.
You know that this woman went
And they're always extra large. You
If
only
she
have
knows
extra
that.
large. Why?
Yeah.
Why is there only extra large? That doesn't fit me.
Yeah.
I know.
Exactly. You know what? They're always asking for sizes, and I'm like, we're not a
This is a
store.
store.
Do you have a
No.
small for my daughter?
No.
Do you have a small for my
No.
daughter?
Danielle's in charge of ordering those, so you'll have to get on that.
Actually,
we're
you know what,
gonna
Danielle?
we're gonna do this again, Danielle. Let's make it happen.
Wait, I think what Danielle needs to do is bring you in to actually train the promotion staff as to how to be energetic
Oh.
like that. That's crazy.
I would love it. I would absolutely love to do that because here's why. With creating the 5-minute fiesta, like it's all for me. It's all about to have this movement. My goal is to positively impact 1 billion people's lives through the 5-minute fiesta. I don't always have to be the one there. I'd love to teach 1,000 people how to do this and have them be like, look, Mario, we're in Nepal doing a 5-minute fiesta. Look,
I
Mr.
You on the
I wanna know
5-minute
what the-
fiesta
I want to
team.
know what the process is. Like, how does it start? Do you have like an outline as to how, like a recipe, a formula? How does this work?
You mean the 5-minute fiesta?
Yeah.
You know,
Like, pretend you're going to do one for Astra. What would
Right now?
happen? Well, I mean, obviously we have COVID going on, but like, yeah, like what would
exactly.
you do? How would you get this started?
Okay, well, right now, like to get the stuff, we were gonna dance right now for Astra. I would have some music, but I don't. So anyway, it's all good. So I was gonna do it right now. I'm like, oh my God, Astra! No matter what we do, like this big Kool-Aid smile, all 32 teeth are showing. So everybody, right now, for Astra, just for Astra's teeth, put your hands in front of the camera, just for Astra's teeth. Come on, put your Danielle, let me say, and now you're like, yeah, go Astra, go Astra, go Astra,
Yeah, go Astra, go Astra.
go Astra's teeth, go Astra's teeth, go Astra's teeth, and that's a 5-minute fiesta for Astra's teeth.
Her teeth? Do we really have 32 teeth? I didn't know.
I
They're
thought we
all
only
showing in
had
the mouth.
46.
How do you know that I didn't get any pulled? I mean,
Oh my god.
you wouldn't know.
Yep. So
Maybe I got 30.
That's so fun. So guys, I had something I wanted to bring to the table.
Oh,
I was showing
really?
you? Yeah.
besides the 3 drinks, ching,
Well, it
ching.
actually has to do with that. So this is not alcoholic, but I will tell you the first time we tried this is that Dalgona whipped coffee trend from TikTok.
I love that.
Oh,
Have you
that's
tried
the
it?
whipped coffee?
I just made some more whipped coffee yesterday, actually.
Okay, so you
Danielle is
know
so funny.
there are 3 important ingredients in a whipped coffee.
Yep.
One, well, it's like 2 tablespoons
Coffee.
of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of water. We
Uh-huh.
didn't have the instant coffee at first, so we decided that we were going to use regular espresso.
Oh,
How did that work?
okay.
Big
Even on the
splashy
edge.
mess, big splashy mess all over the kitchen. So, Dr. Nebraska, where are you? Eric, come
You
on
got a
in.
doctor in your house?
Yes,
Well,
I do.
You weren't able to, you can't whip it because
Yeah.
you actually
So,
coffee.
It was like, it basically got everywhere. It was on the walls, it was on the floor, it was on the cabinets. So, he did such a great job, but he was so determined to do this whipped
What's up, Doc?
coffee that we went out for instant coffee today. We braved the elements, the COVID, and success.
Is it delicious?
It's delicious. It's a lot of sugar though.
Oh my
How
God,
do you,
so much
wait,
sugar.
but how are you blending it? Are you blending it with an actual whisk or are you
No.
like
Oh
blending
my
it in the
God, I'm
blender?
not that fancy. And mixer.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a whisk. I was actually, you know what? There's a trick. I learned it on TikTok, guys. If you have, if you have
That.
put it in and you go like this super fast and then it'll blend it up.
So
Like,
I mean,
like Mr. Miyagi.
TikTok was just bogus. Yeah, hey. We thought maybe like TikTok was lying to us because it was
TikTok never
really
lies
messy
really
the
well.
first time around.
Yeah, TikTok.
Harry, are
does
you on
lie.
TikTok?
Yeah, am I? Yes, I'm on TikTok. I love TikTok. As a matter of fact, I thought if this could be an AA meeting for like I am Mr. Mario and I love TikTok.
You know what? I don't think Mario follows me on TikTok, but it's all good.
Ash
Hold
is
on
always
a
trying to
second.
get people to follow her.
I know.
By the way, we could
always.
probably
Let's-
add some like alcohol to this. You know what would be good?
But Bailey's.
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 Y'all
Ooh.
said the same thing.
Even hot sex.
Hot sex on a platter makes the mission complete.
Or Kahlua. You could use some
Yeah,
Kahlua.
Kahlua. Yes.
Or Cafe Patron.
Yes.
Okay, so we have so much coffee now. We can come back to this next week. It could be my beverage. And there is lactose-free milk.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Astro, what's your name on TikTok?
Oh,
Astra on the air, like it is across the board.
Beautiful.
except for your email, because I always send the invite to the wrong person.
Yeah.
There's somebody on TikTok, and their name is Astra on top. Hey, kill me.
On top of what? That
I
dick?
don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
On top of that dick?
You can tell this show is not going to be on KTU. The girls are like, so this is good for serious satellite radio. People,
Listen, we
It's
are
like
on
Astra
iHeart
After
Radio.
Dark.
What's
You
up
know,
with that?
That is the name I used to use on VLI when
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
why it
was
came to my
your-
brain.
I was your predecessor.
Yeah,
No,
isn't that weird? So ready? It's funny because this is the first time that we've actually worked together in the whole, the entirety of our careers. Because
Okay, technically we did work together at BLI. It's just we never were
briefly,
physically together.
right? But it was so brief. And the thing is, you came on board to do the night show after I left, and then I went and I took over for Diane Pryor.
Right?
Isn't that weird? And you worked with Diane Pryor, and
So
you all
weird.
went to college. It's like the 7 degree. What is the 7
Separation,
6
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
We're all connected. We're all drinking, and
We're all connected
You know
like
what,
New
you
York
know what we
telephone.
can say? We're all radio people.
Yeah.
We're all
Word.
entertainment people. So we
Yes,
all
we
have that
are.
in common.
we got
my
something in common. Where's that from, Wendy Wild? Do you know what that? Who sang that
No, but
song?
I was thinking the Sesame Street one, that one of these things does not belong here. But I don't know who.
I'm not judging you.
I
at
was
all.
thinking of Alicia Keys.
No, but
Oh.
you know why? Because you have the visual of the 4 boxes, and it's usually like one of these things does
Does
not.
not belong here.
I love it. I love
Who's
you reference
this
Sesame
way?
Street. I would love to be on
Me.
Sesame Street.
At least
Who's
on my
this
screen.
way?
On my screen,
Astra.
Mario.
Oh,
Mario's underneath me.
no, Astra's
Yeah,
underneath
that's how it
you.
is.
Oh,
So
Wendy and I are on top, and Danielle
Mario!
It's funny, everybody's looks different.
well, yeah,
So
to
I
my
have
to my
Mario
left is
below
Wendy
me.
Wild. Down there is Danielle, and down there is Astra.
Yeah, Astra's down here too.
Astra. Mario,
But
that's
Wendy's this way.
Look at Astra making love to the camera.
Astra's TikToks give me so much life. By the way, okay, so you did the dance to Carol Baskin, right?
yes, I did.
Carol
Baskin.
Baskin.
Killed her husband, whacked him.
By the way, do you know that she is now selling the face masks?
Did they say Carol Baskin that bitch? Because I'll buy it.
But wait,
I like her.
the masks say, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens."
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
don't
And
want that
I
one.
think a portion of the proceeds goes to her Tampa Big
Tiger-
Cat Rescue. So
Tiger-
how did you
so
say
funny.
no?
I'm calling
I
it her
want, I want the
Tiger
one that says
Factory.
Carol Baskin, that bitch. Or that bitch, Carol Baskin.
I like her.
I heard she's in a lot
I
of
don't
trouble.
hate her. I just
though.
love that saying. That bitch, Carol Baskin.
That bitch, Carol Bass.
Hey, you should audition for that role, although I heard that Nicolas Cage has it.
Did you hear?
The Tiger King.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Did you also hear that Baskin Robbins put out a release that they're not related to Carol Baskin?
Obviously, who needs to be told that?
I think it's their way of getting on the map, Wendy Wild.
Oh, so people will talk about Baskin Robbins. Look, we're doing it.
It's-
Oh my
it's-
God.
It works. Look, Danielle just did it. Now I want some ice cream. Thank you.
I know,
Danielle.
right?
It works.
I have 3 pints in my freezer.
Just prove it.
Oh, he told you. Actually, so
Hey.
wait, Mario, we gotta get back on this show for a second because
Yeah.
I'm so like
Yeah.
intrigued
We're
by
all
it.
thirsty.
So
Um,
okay, so it's funny because I had been talking about it on my radio shows for a couple of weeks now, and I definitely brought it up to the guys here on Tales Over Cocktails, how it's a woman looking to find her guy,
Yep.
baby
Baby
daddy,
daddy.
whatever it is. Because here's the thing: is the premise for her to not only have a child but to get married to this guy, or is it just
Do you have to donate your sperm?
right? Is it
Have
just
they taken a sample?
Gotta watch.
Oh my God, they took a sample.
Gotta watch.
Gotta watch the show, Miss
What
Wendy.
time is it on tomorrow? It's on
9
Fox.
p.m.
9? Okay, 9 p.m. on Fox. Definitely gonna watch that. You know what's so funny? I've seen you in some of the commercials, but here's my question:
What's your question?
is she looking to get married to the person that's fathering her children?
We would think so, but now the more and more we think about it, the wording was very specific.
Oh.
She's looking for a man to be the father of her children, of her child.
So it doesn't
Well-
necessarily mean it has to to ultimately end in marriage.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, of course, we didn't think about it then, but all the questions they were asking during the audition process was, do you want a family? Do you sure you want a child? And I was like, I'm ready. I was like, let's go. I thought like I had to like prove myself, you know? And but that's
So
what they
you
were
might
asking.
not even end up in a relationship at all.
I might not. I mean, I might have her come in like you had doctor come into your shot, you know?
Actually, she might come in with a stomach. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
You know, this guy doctor came in with a special coffee. She's coming in with
It's like the last interview you go in and they give you a little sample cup and they're like, okay, this is the last part of the interview process.
So how
Disgusting.
long we only have 4 minutes, by the way. We'll
You
have to
do?
get a new link.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, how long is the process for the entire taping of the show?
Thanks for stealing my question.
Oh, you too. You
Let me tell
too
you
this
something.
time.
You two are so on point. It's like if you're like sisters, just soul sisters.
We might as
soul
well be
sister.
sisters from other misters.
I'm telling you, because she says one word and then you say the next, and it matches
Last week,
perfectly.
Asher and I were doing that too. It's
We
like
were.
every week. Yeah, it's very strange. Asher gets into somebody's brain.
Or
Well,
you guys are getting into my brain. I don't know what the
Maybe.
heck is going
Well,
on.
she got into Danielle's brain, and Danielle, to answer your question, it was 8 weeks long, and that's not an easy feat these days. Basically, you had to change your life for that long. You know, whatever you do, yeah, that's not easy to do. So,
Like, how do you take off of work for 8 weeks?
well, that was part of it because like everybody there was like late 30s, early 40s, so they had to have some sort of something. Either they had a good savings or they had a business and they were able to leave it, which is not easy to do because you can be a business owner, but you're also a business operator.
Right.
So everybody there had a very unique situation, and I'm very honored to be a part of this because most people can't do what these 15 guys did, you know. And so that was the commitment we had to make. To answer the question.
Were you on
Miss Double
location
D
or where was it filmed? Are you allowed to tell us?
in Danielle's house.
Wow, I really can't wait for this show.
If it was, please, I'd love to see the footage.
And that is the twist, guys. Plot twist: Danielle is the
Danielle
leading
is
lady.
actually looking for her baby daddy
Oh,
on national TV.
Danielle, it's like I don't know if it's like art imitating life or life imitating art, but like your accent is so thick these days, it's hilarious.
It's
It's always been this thick.
No, it's not.
Wait, we're
It's
talking about
gotten more-
accents here, Danielle. Nothing else. Accents.
Oh,
Yes,
oh,
it-
you said
Oh.
accent. Sorry.
Yes, I mean, see. Here's the thing. Like, I'm over here. You girls got me drinking cocktails, and when I'm talking tales, and then all of a sudden you say things like what Ashley just said about Danielle. And I'm like, well, should I comment? Like, oh,
Absolutely. Don't hold back on this
Yes,
show.
comment, Mario.
So I've known Danielle for a very long time.
Since 1997.
1997 straight.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, a long time. Danielle has grown up, if you know what I'm saying. You know, she's
What are you saying?
Danielle. Like,
Are we talking about her double D's?
thank you very much. Thank you, Wendy Wild, okay? Because she used to be double D, and I was like, for real? And then now she's like, I'm double D. I'm like, I know. I'm not joking. She's a freshman in college coming in like, hey, I'm double D. I was like, all right.
He's like, where? Where?
I'm not into like bursting bubbles or nothing. I was like,
I think she told that joke on stage at Caroline's too.
Yeah, did
I
you know
did.
about that, Mario? She actually made her first comedic debut at Caroline.
That's amazing. How did you pull that off?
Hey,
double
that's
D.
how many books she stuck
This
to
is
get
what I
it.
know. She's like, hello, everybody. Look at
It was all those double D's and dick sucking, but we
Oh my
won't.
God.
What? Not me.
I'm just gonna drink to the hold on.
I'm kidding. No,
Got it.
no. Long story short, with that, we actually had some comedians on the show, and she was like, I've always wanted to be a comedian, so they were like, would you like to open for us, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I was making them laugh. Like they could not stop laughing. Remember? They're like, oh, this bitch is funny.
It was so good though because
When was that?
Wendy and I went to go
When
support.
was that?
October.
October?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to go. Girl, can you put me on that? Like,
She didn't invite
Danielle-
anybody.
She didn't invite
really-
anyone.
It was literally just yeah, it was just us.
It was 24 hours notice. Like literally, we had them on the show, and then the next day was the Caroline show. So there was no notice.
Yeah, she had to write a set in like
in
less
like
than
24 hours.
I give you
And
credit.
it
That's
was
not
just
easy.
me, Astra, and Bartel, and we were all so nervous.
Actually, yeah. Wendy and I we're sitting there like petrified.
I remember Bartel's like, "Is this actually gonna happen?" I was Yeah. So
How long
I'm
were
gonna
you on
introduce
for?
her as like a
7
newbie.
minutes.
Introduced as a newbie, you said?
Yeah, no, they didn't. She
We
just
didn't.
like
We
came
thought she
out
was
there,
op-
like
we
she
thought
was
that
one
she
of
was opening the show, like legit the first one up.
like, hi, I'm Danielle, and I really want to be a comedian, so have mercy on me. And it wasn't anything like that at all.
No.
She came out there and just killed it.
And she was like the third or fourth person out too.
Good for you,
Yeah.
girl. That's fucking
No,
awesome.
she fucking murdered it. She didn't even kill it. She fucking murdered
Can we
it.
do that handshake? That was
The
fun.
titties, baby, shake,
Danielle,
shake, shake.
Danielle,
The
Danielle,
titties,
Danielle.
shake, shake. Go back, go, shake. The titties, baby, shake, shake, shake. The titties, shake, 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 shake.
Like, you guys dance so hard, you switched places.
It's the switcheroo.
Woo! It's like some sort of weird TikTok magic, Astra.
Oh my goodness, I can't. Danielle's
Danielle's doing choreography.
Mario, so back to the whole show. I know you're not going to give it away and how it all ends and all that type of stuff, but
But I
Do
do.
do you ultimately think that she ends up having a baby with one of the 15 men?
What if it's with him?
Exactly.
He could be one of the 15 men.
Hello?
Don't allude to who
But
it
he
is.
can't answer that, right?
All right. So here's what I
Well, I mean,
think.
it takes time to have a baby. It's not like she's gonna get pregnant the first shoot.
No, he's
Right.
been
It could
filming
take,
for
5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. It depends on that super sperm.
know.
Oh yeah, that is true. Oh man, you guys have to watch tomorrow. Yeah, it's just.
I can't wait. I've been telling everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, so I think I'm gonna go do like a live on Instagram. And
You
that way we
are?
can-
Good.
Tomorrow or
Yeah, why not?
after?
Do you expect
do
your
after.
Instagram to go bananas after?
It depends. It depends on how well Fox promotes it, how much people are watching. You know what I'm saying? But I will not be surprised if the this first episode is the talk of TMZ. It's just crazy. I can't believe we did what we
Definitely
had to
should
do.
be. It definitely should be.
Yeah, it's
And I
crazy.
think, and if you're gonna do any type of question and answer, it should definitely be after the episode airs. 'Cause
Yeah.
So many questions.
After.
What was going on?
Right. Yeah, I think for sure. I think she could be pregnant. You know. Yeah, I think so.
Ooh,
That's a good question.
so
Yeah.
juicy. I love trash TV.
I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna put this out there, Mario. Since you already have an in, if they have a season 2, I want to be that girl.
I would love to see. I would love to be on the other side of the camera watching you and Danielle audition for that show. Because, oh my God,
Hey, why
I'll be
does Danielle
sitting.
get
I'll be
roped into
sitting
this?
there like this.
yeah, you'd be sitting there with the
What if
doctor.
we
And be
want,
like,
what
yo,
if we want Wendy
I'm good.
in there? Maybe Dr. Nebraska's part of the choices. Who
It's like
knows?
Homer Simpson out of the screen.
No, thank you.
yeah. No, you girls
So
would
to
be
answer
hilarious.
Mario, at the end of the day, I'm the only crazy one on this show. Danielle might be crazy, but I'm super crazy.
I think you're all freaking crazy. Let's put it
Yeah,
that way.
I was
You're
gonna say, I don't
bananas.
know. You guys are
Wendy's,
both.
Wendy is the mom of the show. Danielle and I are crazy, but we have our different kinds of crazy.
Yeah, it's like the crazy white girl and the crazy black girl. Like,
I'm not black.
Wait. See, the vodka's getting to me now.
This
Hold
is
on.
like a thing that this is. No, Astra's like very nondescript.
I'm a chameleon.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ashley, when you got to fill out those surveys in school, you know, white, black.
Well, I put Spanish
Pacific.
and white. I put Spanish and white, but meanwhile, then they'll be like, okay, Hispanic, like not Caucasian, or like Caucasian, not Latino, and I'm like,
other.
screw you, I'm crossing out both.
You're Dominican, right?
Yep, and Polish, Cherokee, Indian, a little of everything.
Wow.
So how do you like? Basically, it's like vanilla and then like the swirl.
Yeah, she's a vanilla swirl.
Yeah, because Danielle's the vanilla and then Astra's the swirl.
Oh, I'm the swirl now.
Well, you're the mix of everything: Cherokee, Polish, Dominican. Danielle's straight Paisan Italian from
Yeah.
Howard Beach. You know.
You know what's funny? I would love for her to take like a 23andMe and find out that she's actually not, and she's like Irish or something.
I know.
Hilarious.
You know
I
what?
got my 23 in me. I gotta tell you what I am.
You took one? Because I've been wanting to take one, but I'm afraid the
Yes.
government's going to get my information. That's
I'm
why-
afraid they're gonna clone me, so I don't do
Yeah.
it.
I'm
So what are you?
actually 26.4% Albanian.
What?
Yeah,
Cheers to that.
Unexpected.
Cheers to
yeah,
that.
because
Yeah,
my
cheers.
grandfather, my father's father, back in the day, listen, my father was very old. Like, if he was alive, he would have been like almost 80 years old. So his father, when he was born in Italy, it was like his father was like a little bit from Albania, but it was Italy territory back then. So now I got some of that in me. And the rest is Italian.
You're like part BB Rexa. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, she's Albanian?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Dua Lipa.
Oh, is she too?
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Those are my sisters.
Gorgeous ladies, by the way.
Yep.
He's in good company.
Yeah, right.
Look at
I
that.
don't know what I mean, I always assumed that I was just like Russian, Polish, some sort like just European, like a nice little mix.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do the DNA tests on our podcast just for shits and giggles.
Why not? Get 23andMe to send you those kits.
Oh, speaking of results, guys, remember I told you last week.
Oh, didn't you do the antibody testing?
Yes.
And
Everything came up negative.
Ah,
whoa,
Yeah.
that's a shocker because I thought, remember that weird asthma attack that you had?
Me too. And he even said in the testing, it says I have not been exposed to COVID and I do not have any antibodies. So
Well,
I'm
that
like,
means you have to lock yourself in your apartment and never
That's what that
leave.
means.
that means that I am definitely able to catch it. So everybody stay away. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
My friend actually just did the antibody test. She's awaiting her results, but she said it was very interesting, the experience, because they took her temperature when she walked in, and like they're very careful about everything.
I think I'm gonna go Friday.
Really? So anybody can do it at this point?
Yeah, actually, I found out that even City MD out here in Manhattan are doing them for free.
Oh.
Danielle's shaking it up.
What is it called? Sex on the
Hot
beach?
sex.
Hot sex.
Hot sex on the platter makes the mission complete.
Hey,
Yes.
Wait, actually, you know what else we need to talk about?
What?
So Mr. Mario over here,
Dímelo.
he's doing some sort of a show, and he decided to interview me this week for it. Why don't you
Did.
tell everybody what it is?
Sure did. So basically, there's got to be a market out there, right? And there could have been only 15 dudes in this whole country, and
That
one
want to have
chick
kids, right?
that at a certain age had a certain level of success in their life, and now want to start a family. So I was like, you know what? Like, if it took a year to find to find the right 15 people, well, where are those other people? So I started reaching out, and I've actually got people from around the world. We're doing an interview with a woman from China.
Nice.
It doesn't matter where you're from. You know, you're still a certain age, and you are single, successful, and you want to get married. So what's stopping you? So we did with
And have a
Astra.
baby.
What's up?
And have a baby.
Yes, right, and have a baby. So it was a lot of fun. Astra, I mean, I'll talk as Astra wasn't here, right? Like, yo, Wendy Wild, Double D. This girl Astra does not stop talking. She goes on and on and on, because it goes on and on and on. She was awesome. Bottom line, it's like all I had to do was like give the spark and then sit back and be like, this would be a great show.
Aren't those the best interviews though? I love that because like when we have artists come in the studio, the ones that will just talk and I can just sit there with my pen and my paper going,
Those are the
Mhm.
best.
yeah. Like I love when I don't have to do all the work.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
Ashley's probably a great interview.
I said
She's
to him, I
awesome.
go,
She's
it's
a lot of fun.
it's so rare, like Wendy, and I'm sure you can relate. When are we on the other side?
Never.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Never. So
Never.
I would have to go to like the, they have the interview school. I would have to do that because I don't
I'm
even
not
know
gonna
how to-
lie, I was nervous because it's like, how do I get interviewed? Like I do the interviews. I don't get asked questions.
Right.
I ask.
Yeah,
Like
she did a good
Like, did
job.
you find yourself trying to lead the conversation?
No, I'm gonna stand up for her right now, because that's probably one of the most annoying things, right? Like, you interview somebody who's used to interviewing people. You see it on TV sometimes. Like, dude, you came to be the guest. Like, let them ask the question and then you talk about it.
Mhm.
Ashley did a phenomenal job. She wasn't trying to interview me. She was very vulnerable with her answers. She was very straightforward. And if you go to YouTube, just type in the Meester Mario Show. The Meester, just like you see right there, Mario
Meester,
Show.
MEESTER.
You guys go, Wendy. Wow.
Yay, Astra.
I will admit that I did hold back a lot, meaning not being vulnerable. I was definitely being vulnerable. I held back from reiterating towards him because I was like, I'm not the one asking questions. I just have to be the one answering.
Yeah, but it didn't look like it
I
though.
wanted to throw back at him like, well, what about you? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah, no.
No, it's all about
didn't
you,
look like it.
Astra.
It was all about you, and she did a
No,
great job. I
That
gotta
is
give you
hard,
credit.
Wendy. Wendy, I'm going to interview you one day. It's hard.
Hard as a rocker. I'm no sucker. The boots are not making one bad mother.
Wendy's like, that is not
I don't think
happening.
I could do it. It's, a long time ago. And I'm circling back to Ryan Seacrest. This was 2002 when American Idol first came out. I got to interview Ryan Seacrest.
Where?
Think about it. Yes. He was so good. He did what you did, Astra. He like let me ask him the questions.
Yeah.
I was
Really?
probably shitting a brick at the time because I knew that he was like a radio guy and I was afraid that he was going to be judging my radio skills. But he was great. He like sat, he listened. Like I think that's the one quality that a good interviewer has is that they're a good listener. He was able to use that to, answer the questions. And
Gotta listen.
gotta listen. That's all part of it.
One of my favorites is that God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen 2 times more than you speak.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that.
It's true.
I'm gonna steal that.
How about you can't
You know,
steal what I'm
us
giving you,
women-
Mama?
Have 2 sets of lips, you know what I mean?
I'm
Hey,
saying.
and if you're double D, you got a little bit more.
Well, now Mario, what's on the horizon for you after the show and after all that stuff? What do you have going on besides
Thank you for asking.
besides trying to be a baby daddy?
Trying to be a daddy. It's a full-time job, if you know what I mean.
Puppy chulo.
Thank you. I'm trying to see maybe if Danielle wants to come on the show, but we'll see. We may make that happen. I would love to interview Danielle. I don't know I don't know if you're married to the doctor back there. But I was
Hey,
prepared
we're not married yet, but you can maybe whisper something into his ear. He can hear me. He's in the other room.
Yes, Dr. Nebraska. If you need to go ring shopping, call me.
Yeah, Dr. Wisconsin.
I will be your
Dr. Wisconsin?
Dr. Nebraska. And don't worry, Dr. Nebraska, I will not let her know that we went out together. In fact, it never happened.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you guys are such good friends.
Yes.
Yo,
Imagine, wait, you know what I saw at TikTok where it's like the girl was with her boyfriend. The boyfriend's phone goes off and it was her best friend. So she goes, "Why is she texting you?" He's like, I don't know. And he's like, she's flipping out, like, well, reach out to her, call her back. He's like, no. And it's like, no, this whole big thing. Anyway, they were planning a freaking surprise party. That's what
Oh
it came
my
down to.
God. And the girlfriend probably went a little fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Look at your background here.
that's when he should have just left her.
Entrepreneur talent. What's that say?
Biography.
Oh yeah. So to answer your question, Danielle, Double D on my line.
Wild?
No.
Yeah, say my full name again. I really like it.
You like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's got
when
a
you
flow.
when you answer the question.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
a matter of fact, Wendy Wild. It's funny.
And then, he turns it into Wild Wendy. I'm like,
Yeah. Which actually is a sex robot in Russia, but that's for another podcast.
That's for another podcast. No, hell, are we kidding me? This is Tales of a Cocktail. This is for this freaking podcast right here.
It's Cox. Sorry.
Yes, here we go. Cheers to that one. Wow, Wendy in the house. Okay.
So tell us about your full site coming soon and what we
Yeah, so no, this is what's coming up here. Astra, actually, what's up? So I'm excited. So I got my new logo right there. I'm really so I do handstand all over the world. So when I'm doing these 5-minute fiestas, I'm also doing handstands. And so that's my new logo. And so I've got a couple of businesses with my brother. We do in-home eye exams, right? And I test. So we're doing that across the country. So we've got that going. We got actually a really big meeting next week, and that's a big deal. Basically serving patients around the country. So I got that coming up, and I've also became a. This is actually probably just as big, but it has more to do with entertainment. I am the face of a company called Bridget. Bridget is the only positive social network for kids in schools. So think TikTok, think Facebook, think Instagram, but only positive content can be put across the platform.
That's amazing.
Right.
We need something like that.
100%. Like right now with bullying, like that's how it started. This whole thing about bullying, and the platform is amazing. We are already across the country, and we're signing a couple of big contracts coming up, and we've been able. So what I do in the morning is I do 5-minute fitness with kids in the morning across the country, and then like one day a week we do the 5-minute fiesta. And so now with Zoom and other platforms, we can I got kids around the country. I could do it right here from my studio. So I lead them in a 5-minute fiesta, and so that's what's going on. So it's
Good for
exciting.
you, Mario. That's so great.
Thank you.
love it.
God, let me tell you something. God provides. There's been a lot of failure in my life. Like, you girls are artists. You understand. You go to all these auditions, and there were times I didn't want to tell people I was going on an audition because it was like, chances are I'm not going to get it, but I got to go there and put my best foot forward, And, it's just, that sucks. It just really sucks. But I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I'm grateful for all those rejections, for like shows that I didn't get. And there were other people who succeeded and like they got what I was aiming for. And I'm like, you know what? If I would have gotten that, I probably wouldn't have been in a position to get what I have right now. And since my whole thing with the 5-minute fiesta is to impact 1 billion people, and I work a lot with kids, this Bridget platform is better than, like, if you were to ask me, right, answering Ashley's question, if you were like, what's coming up? If you were to say, hey, Mr. Mario, do you girls know what the #1 show on TV was last year? Just wondering.
No.
No.
Okay. It had 15 million viewers a week.
Wait, was it Big Bang Theory?
I love that show.
Close. That's a great show, but it wasn't. Big Bang Theory was up there. But the #1 show on TV last year, and everybody forgets, it's Game of Thrones.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
How
You know what?
soon
I
we
forgot
forget.
because of season 8
I
because
know.
that
How
was such
soon
a
we
failure.
forget.
But
yeah, I know. You fuck up once, and then everybody hates you, right?
how the fans are so fickle.
Seriously.
Oh,
But
my
at 15 million
goodness.
viewers,
Goddamn
right, Wendy
coffee
Wild?
cup.
That's a lot of viewers.
Yeah, but get this. The platform that I'm on right now, like if we fail 90% of the time, like I will have like close to 15 million viewers every day because this platform's across the country. So
Wow.
I basically put out positive content to these schools, and that's what I'm doing. I was like, I would choose this over Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones, all they gotta do is screw up one season. Now my show
Yeah,
sucks.
that's what I'm saying. No, no pressure or anything. But what is
No.
the actual website? Because I don't see it says full site coming soon. Where are we going to look for that?
Oh no, this is my website. This is Mr. Mario. That's MrMario.com.
Mr. Mario.
Mr.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr.
So-
Mario.
Right. So I basically.
Actually, how did you get your name, Mr. Mario?
Oh, I love that question. Thank you for answering, Esther, because it's about, we're all family people here, right? I know Danielle is. I remember how she was with her grandfather. She did like a whole year of like honoring this man, Poppy.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
I thought that was
we
outstanding.
still honor Poppy.
That's cool. Good. Because he was awesome. You know what I mean? And he had all this love from his granddaughter. And I was like, man, it made me proud to be like, that's my friend. Like, I know her. You know what I mean?
Aw.
Because you don't see that happen, and it was beautiful. Like every grandfather probably wished that they had that relationship, but Poppy did. So I was close with my grandmother, just like Danielle was with Poppy. So like I was the first male, and I spent a lot of time with her. And one of the things we used to do, and maybe Astra might know this one because she's Latina. There's a show called Sábado Gigante every Saturday,
Oh,
right?
I know that show.
Every Latino knows how Sábado Gigante. My grandma, it's basically Wendy Wild to bring you into the Latin culture here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have no idea.
Sábado Gigante is like gigantic Saturday. Every Latino
Oh, you know what?
knows it.
Actually, I have seen YouTube clips. I'm not sure in what the reference was, but I've seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like this guy with the crazy hair.
Yeah. It's like a sketch comedy kind of thing.
Exactly. So that became like, I would watch that every Saturday with my grandmother because that's what you do. You sit with your grandmother and watch TV, right? And cook. So she would watch the show, and then and one day, I'll never forget the day, going to answer your question how I got the name. She's holding my hand. She's older, and she goes, you know, you should call yourself Mr. Mario, because she knew my ambitions were to be a TV host, and I was like, I want to do what he does, blah, 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 but in English, you know? And so she held my hand, and she said, you should call yourself Mr. Mario. But my grandmother didn't speak English. She spoke Spanish. So when she said Mr. Mario, it came out as,
Mr.
you should call yourself Mr. Mario.
Oh, that's really cute.
So
And that's the story.
That's a tribute to her. I like it.
100%. 100%. So I
I
love when
love
people
that.
ask me that question. It's actually one of my
So are
favorite
you
questions.
Mr. Mario on every social media account?
Yep.
Okay. I'll have to
Yep.
send you a follow.
Yeah, hit it up. Like and comment, please.
Like and comment and subscribe.
I don't know who's worse, him or I.
Yeah, the two of you are very similar, I will say.
Follow me.
Is that because we're
Matchmaker,
Latino?
matchmaker, make me a match. Put that thing back on your head. Where is it?
Hold on.
There we go. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match.
I was
No, I'm making him blush.
You girls are so funny.
just
You
for
guys
that.
are so funny.
And you know what's really scary is that you didn't have Wes to like act as your bro. You know?
Well, I know. I'm missing myself a little Oeste here. Where
he
is
would
he?
have probably like acted as a little bit of a buffer, but no, you were brave enough to come on the show with three ladies that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm. You know, it's I felt comfortable because you guys said bring a cocktail. I was like, all right, well, if
There
anything
we
does
go.
go super wrong, I'm like,
Actually,
it's
we
your
said- we
fault. You
said-
told me to have a
we said-
cocktail.
We said bring a cocktail.
Oh, hello.
Bring it up.
Oh,
Blame
I
it
just
on
have
me.
coffee left.
alcohol. Thank you for bringing it back. Double D. I love saying that.
Oh, I think we had one more thing with the underwear, right?
Yes.
Astra?
Oh my goodness. I wanted to tell you guys about this. So there's this company that's making women's underwear, and they have 3 different kinds. One says Cuomo, one says Fauci, and the other one says Newsom. Obviously, Governor Andrew Cuomo, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and California Governor Gavin Newsom. So the Cuomo
I'm sorry, but Cuomo
underwear-
is a daddy.
Cuomo is, first of all, Cuomo is like selling out, but Cuomo's a zaddy, okay?
Okay, I don't know what Zaddy is,
Neither
but
do I.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that shit is.
What is it?
So I looked up the definition for you guys so you can get the proper. A zaddy is a guy who's attractive and fashionable with swag and sex appeal.
and maybe
That's
has
you,
nipple
Mario.
rings, but we're not sure.
He might, and even if he does or he doesn't, he still can get it.
He
Cuomo?
like, I don't know. When I hear him talk, I'm just like,
Wow.
I feel like he's like a protector. Like I feel like when he talks,
know.
I'm like, I feel like I'm safe.
like it's going to be okay.
Yes.
I think
do.
most of America feels that way. But
Yes.
aren't they donating a portion of the proceeds to
They are.
somewhere?
They're actually all proceeds go to care packages for healthcare workers in New York and California.
So here's the thing. I feel like Cuomo probably would not like this whole thing with the underwear with his name on it. But then
He
now that
doesn't
it's-
mind. He's been eating this up. People have been talking about how they were like, oh, the Cuomo brothers are so hot. He was like, let me just clarify something. My brother is married. I am single. I was like, everybody on TikTok is like, Cuomo's my zaddy. I'm just like,
after quarantine, he's gonna have no trouble at all. Like he's gonna be dating like a million people.
My mom's obsessed with him. She's like, oh, I can't talk, Danielle. I gotta listen to my boyfriend. I'm like,
he is
sad.
so.
This is
What?
like what's going on during a international pandemic.
Right.
Listen,
He's trying to get
Hold on, I
laid.
gotta go listen to my
No, no.
boyfriend
He
speak.
is so quick to explain to everyone that he is newly single. Like, his girlfriend that he used to be with for like years is even like
Yeah.
great guy, blah, blah,
Definitely
blah.
has commitment issues, but
Wow.
wasn't they all though?
All of you.
Nobody's
everybody?
perfect. None of these men are
okay.
perfect.
So would you get these underwear? Would you purchase them?
I
Who, me?
know.
No.
I
Me or
don't.
the girls, right?
Here's my
Yeah.
thing. Here's
Okay.
my thing. The only women I think that could wear this underwear are women who are single. Because what would you do if you have a boyfriend or a husband and you're
yes.
wearing Cuomo underwear and he's pulling them down? That is just not attractive.
At least they're not Trump underwear. Okay, sorry, I'm not gonna go there.
She's having a couple of drinks, maybe. Don't forget she's double fisting on the other end.
Well, it depends how big your butt is. Because if you have a small one, it'll say rump. So it's perfect.
I can't handle you.
Donald
I
Trump?
swear, I just can't.
You're so bad.
Who?
you're so
Me or
bad.
Wendy?
Both of yous.
Both of
Hey, at
yous.
least I'm not too drunk to edit this week.
Thank God, because I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
But we do have some chicken from Tucasa that's waiting for us. So do we have anything else?
All I
it.
have to say is make sure you watch Mr. Mario's tomorrow, starting on Labor of Love, which is going to be
That's
the season premiere. It's going to be, what, 8 weeks long?
I think so. 8 weeks, yeah.
I can't wait to watch it on
I hope you make it all
Yes.
8 weeks and we find out that you're having a baby.
I know she probably right here watching and laughing, and it is what it is. But yes, that's it. Either way, we're gonna check out the show. If you guys want to do some workouts at 8:40 in the morning, I do it on Instagram and Facebook. I call it 5 Minute Fitness. It really is just 5 minutes. 8:40
I'm
in the morning.
there
5 minute
tomorrow.
fitness, I'm in.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really 5 minutes. 8:40 in the morning. I'm done by 8:50. So I do the first 5 minutes of waiting for people to get on, introduction, then do 5 Minute Fitness. I'm done by 8:50, and then you'll see me. You know what? We'll do more work. Danielle, let's get some stuff going. When everything opens up, we'll be at the nearest Wawa. Do those still exist? Do those still exist?
Wait, but
Mario, I'm going to send you out to find my baby daddy.
Yeah, no, that's what I'll
Wait,
do.
wait,
I'll have big
listen,
Astro like mask.
we usually end this with a cheers, but I feel like we need to end it with a 5 minute.
Yeah, Mario Fiesta.
We need to raise the roof. So Mario, can you get us out of this?
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, we're getting wild with the lady named Wendy. Getting kind of crazy. She's all kind of trendy. Yes, she doesn't rain. She likes to miss. But on this show, she likes to be the one who double fist. Here we go. Put those hands up for Wendy.
Now do one for Astra.
We did it for Astra's teeth. We did it for Danielle's boobs, and we just did it for you and your double
We're
fisting.
doing a compilation though. This will be good. This will be good.
Compilation, because we gotta sign us all out of here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget to do Astra's Twitter handle, Instagram handle.
Yeah, you gotta
What's
do
the
all our Instagrams too. Astra on the Air, Danielle DeLillo, and Wendy Wild Radio. So fit
Okay.
that
Ready, set, go.
Oh my god. All right. Let's go. I used to have a watch and it was a Casio. Now I'm over here listening to Wendy Wild radio. Oh yeah, that's her on the air. She's got lots of flair. And you know, when you can't see, just open your eyes and you'll see Miss Double D right by Mr. Mario in the house.
And until next week, guys, we are Tales Over Cocktails and cheers!
Afuera, pasa afuera, ya tú sabes. Toma.